Hello my dear children of class 11. Today we are going to study phylum Porifera, the first phylum in animal kingdom. So this is this Porifera phylum includes simple organisms, simple animals with a very less, there is no complicated systems or complex body. They have very simple body structure. So let us see what are the characteristic features of this phylum. First of all, they are asymmetrical, means there is no body symmetry. In the last video I have explained certain important terms and basis of classification in animal kingdom. So there I have explained all these terms. Please see those videos. So asymmetrical meaning body is not having any symmetry. The body cannot be cut into two equal halves through any plane. So asymmetrical, no symmetry. Then organization, cellular level of organization. The body is multicellular, as all the animals in the animal kingdom are multicellular, but the cells are not organized. Group of cells are present. They do maybe they do different function, but there is very less division of labor, and the cells are not organized into tissues or organs or organ systems. So just a group of cells. So this is called a cellular level of organization. Then diploblastic. This is about the germ layers, embryonic germ layers. Diploblastic and triploblastic I have explained. Diploblastic means only ectoderm and endoderm are present. The germ layers are ectoderm and endoderm. Mesoderm is absent. Okay, so they are diploblastic. Then acoelomate means no coelom. Higher animals, coelom is developed from mesoderm layer. Okay, mesoderm germ layer, but they are acoelomate. There is no mesoderm, so there is no coelom. There is no true body cavity. There is no cavity present, body cavity present in these animals. So these are some of the basic characters. Now let us go into the details of the phylum. Their habitat. If we take the habitat, they are all marine, seawater organisms, and commonly they are known as sponges. Then the most important characteristic of Porifera. Okay, before we go into this, let me explain why they are called Porifera. Porifera means pores. See, when you study each phylum, the phylum name has one important feature. So Porifera means pores all over the body. So that's why the phylum name is Porifera. That is pores on the body. Understood? Now let us see. They have an important system that is called a water canal system. Okay, water canal system which has different components. So many small openings are there which are called ostia. Ostia means pores. So the pores are present on the body wall, through which the water enters into a body cavity, into a central cavity called the spongocoel. Coelo means body cavity, but this is not the true true body cavity made of mesoderm, but there is a central cavity. This is called a spongocoel, and that leads out through a single large opening called the osculum. Osculum is like a mouth. Okay, so water enters through the ostia and moves out through the osculum, and in the spongocoel that the nutrients and oxygen enter and absorbed by the cells, and the waste materials along with water are released through the opening called the osculum. I will show you the image also. Now the inner layer is called inner layer of the body wall is called the gastrodermis, and this gastrodermis has collar cells, or they are called choanocytes, which absorb food from the spongocoel. See, along with the water, food enters into the spongocoel, from where the gastrodermis, that is gastrodermis has specialized cells called the choanocytes or collar cells, okay, and they absorb food from the spongocoel. And digestion is intracellular. I explained in the last video what is meant by intracellular digestion and extracellular digestion. Intracellular digestion means digestion takes place inside the cells. Okay, so choanocytes absorb the food and digest inside the cells itself. That is called a intracellular digestion. Okay, so intracellular digestion takes place in porifera. Then there are special structures, spicules and spongin fibers. Spicules are made up of calcium carbonate. Spongin fibers are made up of protein, that is proteinaceous, and which form what is called an endoskeleton, which gives a sort of support, which gives support to the body. So like our skeletal system support the body, there is no skeletal system, but these special structures like spicules and spongin fibers act as endoskeleton, which protect and support the body. Then let us see how does the life process, how do the life processes take place in porifera. First of all, nutrition. They are holozoic. Holozoic means ingestion, digestion, assimilation, absorption and assimilation, and egestion of the waste material. So these 5 steps we have learned. All this, though they are very simple organisms, very simple animals, these all steps are there. So nutrition is holozoic, and I told you intracellular digestion. Digestion takes place inside the cell. Then respiration, gaseous exchange occurs through body surface. They don't have any respiratory system, but the respiration takes place through body surface. Then excretion, the main excretory product is ammonia, which is a nitrogenous waste, and you know that to excrete nitrogenous waste as ammonia, lot of water is required, and since they are aquatic, they can afford to eliminate waste in the form of, nitrogenous waste in the form of ammonia. So ammonia is the nitrogenous waste, and it is excreted through the osculum. Okay. Then reproduction, sexual reproduction takes place. They are hermaphrodites, means male and female reproductive system present on the same organism, same animals, then it is called a hermaphrodite. So hermaphrodite, this is or bisexual. Okay, so this is a very primitive characteristic. Even if they are hermaphrodites, they promote cross fertilization by certain adaptation. Then fertilization is internal, means inside the body that fertilization takes place. So that is called the internal fertilization. Then development is indirect. So what is indirect development? Means there is a larval form. The young ones formed do not resemble the adults. So they are a different body design, and they have to undergo a series of changes and develop into adult. This is called a indirect development. In direct development, what happens? The young ones formed are small, but they resemble the adults. But in this phylum, indirect development, this is also primitive characteristics. Then asexual reproduction by exogenous or endogenous budding. Budding takes place. So buds can be formed inside the body, then it is called endogenous. When it is outside the body, externally, that is called a exogenous. So asexual reproduction takes place by budding or gemmules. Some structures are called gemmules. Okay, this is asexual reproduction, and sexual reproduction by formation of gametes and fertilization. Okay. Then these are some of the sponges. Okay, let us see the sponge body. See, this is the central gastrovascular cavity. Okay, sponge body. Then let us see the internal structure. Okay, so some of morphological features, some of the features we have learned, external and now let us see in detail the internal structure. So this is the body, and you can see these are the pores, ostia, singular ostium. These are ostium. Okay, and this is the outer layer of the body, means epidermis. Then if you cut the body, you can see the internal structure like this. Let us understand each part. So this is the osculum, that is see here you can see ostium incurrent pore, that is water enters through the ostium. So that is called an incurrent pore, that is water going into the body along with food, oxygen will enter through the ostium. This is, and from the ostium it will enter into the spongocoel, the cavity. Okay, it's also called the atrium or paragaster. So you can remember this as the spongocoel. This is the central body cavity, and then oxygen is absorbed by all the cells, food is absorbed by choanocytes, and then the waste product and carbon dioxide moves out through the osculum along with water again. So that is why it is called an excurrent pore, water moving out. Okay, then this is gastrodermis, which has choanocyte or collar cells. Okay, these are the collar cells which absorbs the food material from the gastrocele. And this ostium structure, if you see, this is a special pore through a cell. Okay, through the cells. Okay, so and these cells are called porocytes because they have pores. So pore cell or porocyte. CYT, cyte means a cell, poro means pore. So through this cell that the ostium opens. Okay, ostium is inside the cells. Then this in between the gastroderm and the gastrodermis and the outer layer. Okay, this outer layer is formed from the ectoderm. Inner layer gastrodermis is formed from the endoderm, and there is a small space inside which is called a mesohyl, HYL. Okay, mesohyl is there. Mesoglia, but more accurately it is in porphyry, this space is called a mesohyl. Okay, then spicules and spongin fibers are there, and this is the endoskeleton we have learned. And this outer layer that is formed from the ectoderm gem layer is called pinacocytes. So it is also called a pinacoderm. I think I have another image. Yes, here is the beautiful image. See, this is the outer layer, outer epidermis, or this is called a pinacoderm. This is called a gastroderm. Okay, or gastrodermis. And see here, choanocyte or collar cells. Okay, these are their collars. You can see in here. These are their collars with the cilia. So food is captured, or food enters through this collar and enter into the cells. So intracellular digestion. Then comes epithelial cell. This is the outer layer. Epithelium means outer layer. So it is also this is developed from the ectoderm of the germ layer, and this gastrodermis is developed from endoderm. And then there are certain moving cells are there, amoebocytes. They move and give the nutrient oxygen to the cells. Okay, so these cells are also present here. Then spicules, spongin fibers, sclerocyte, these all give rise to, these are present in the mesoglia or mesohyl. This is more accurately called a mesohyl, in which spongin fibers are there, spicules are there, then these sclerocytes are there. They form the endoskeleton, and certain moving cells called the amoebocyte. Then oocyte is the female gamete. Okay. Then this is the porocyte. The porocyte is a special cell. So ostium is the cavity or pore in this cell. Clear? So this is the cell, and again. So I want to show you a collar cell in means enlarged. So this is the collar cell or coinocyte. So one or two cells are enlarged here. So this is a collar cell having the collar. This is the collar, and there is a flagellum also is present for moving. So the food particle in the gastrovascular cavity, and food particle enter with the help of this flagellum, enter into the food particles enter into the collar, and from the collar it enters into the cell. Okay, so this is called a coinocyte. The rest all I said, for cell. Then there is mesenchyme or mesohyl. This is it's called the mesoglia also, the mesohyl. Then this is collar cell, amoebocyte or archaeocytes are present. Then excurrent opening, this is the excurrent opening, means osculum. Through the osculum that waste materials, carbon dioxide, etc. move out. Okay, incurrent pore is ostium, and from the ostium it enters into this cavity. Okay, the spongocoel, into the spongocoel. From the spongocoel, food is absorbed by the coinocyte, and oxygen is absorbed by these amoebocytes and distribute it into all cells. Okay, so this is about the important characteristic of the first phylum, Porifera, simple organisms. Thank you very much.